Hi guys, today is an update video on how everything is growing. So grab your coffee, your wine, your tea, and let me show you how everything is going. Okay, so let me start with some things here. I have these guys right here. This is all alyssum. We started this alyssum on the 9th of March 9th, and as you can tell, it's doing amazing here. Just gorgeous. These are the 3/4 inch soil blocks. If you guys have questions about how I started everything, I have videos on that, so just check those. But these have been here, what, about 11 days or so. They're looking amazing, just gorgeous. And I probably water these guys every day, if not every other day. And I don't have, I didn't put humidity domes on these guys. I just been keeping on with the water. And I'll probably leave them here for another week or two before I move them into the 2-inch soil blocks. I think that's just going to be fine. And here I have chamomile, thyme, and oregano. I have no oregano here whatsoever. I don't know what the deal is with that. I have one tiny thyme there coming up. It's very tiny. But my chamomile, as you can see, it's just doing amazing there. So I'm very excited about chamomile. I might just have to get oregano and thyme from my local garden nursery, which is totally fine because I'm not about to start any more of those. So they were started on the 9th of March as well. And right here, let me show you this first. I have dill. The dill I started on the 9th of March in these 2-inch soil blocks. And look at those, you guys. I have 100% germination. I put 4 seeds on each block. I actually have 5 plants on this one, but look at that. They're looking amazing. There's no way that this dill can hold here until I am ready to transplant it outside. So what's going to happen is that here, maybe in a couple more weeks or so, I will move these guys into a container, an actual container that it's bigger so that it can continue to develop its roots. But look at that. Isn't that amazing? I absolutely love that. One of the plants that is not doing well, not at all, it's my snaps. These are my Snapdragons. They were started on the 18th of February and they germinated and they haven't done anything else. I think the main reason why they're not doing well here is because my room is just super, super hot, and these are cool flowers. They will be better in a 60 to 70 degree environment, and my room is way higher than that. Right now it's about 70 here, and yeah, they're struggling. So I haven't decided if I'm going to do another batch of these Snapdragons. Maybe I will, I don't know, but definitely these guys are struggling. So and that's fine, you know, that's fine. These right here are the sugar snaps, the sugar snap peas that we started on the 16th of March. Remember, we soaked these for a little bit in water, and then we put them here. I believe I put two seeds per tray, per container, sorry. And I am having lots of germination already. These guys will be here for 2 or 3 weeks before I take them outside. But as you can see, I am having just some great results. And I know that a lot of people direct sow their sugar snap peas, but for me in my area, I don't know why, but it takes forever for them to germinate outside. So I'm just trying to give them a little bit of a head start so that they can just grow outside. I did that last year and it was great. So I have plenty of plants here, and yeah, 2 or 3 weeks before I take them outside. These are my cannas. I put these cannas here not too long ago. I don't have the date, but it has to be less than a week ago. There is no germination just yet. Actually, they're a little bit dry. So I'm gonna have to water this after I'm done with this video, but they're here. There is no germination just yet. I just gave these guys a little bit of water, so they are a little bit wet. I'm not going to even attempt to pick out those soil blocks here, but these right here are my crane red ornamental kale, and they were started on the 3rd of March. We started those on the tiny 3/4 inch soil blocks, and they were moved here into the 2-inch blocks, and they're doing amazing. And hopefully when I take all of my brassicas, probably I'll be taking these guys out there slowly. I'll have to harden them off before I do, but they will be better in a cooler environment because they love the cool weather. So far they're doing well here, and I'm just loving them. This right here is my my dahlia tubers. I have 2 tubers here that I am trying to sprout so that we can take cuttings from it to get more plants basically. And I have a little bit going there. We put this here on the 9th of March, and hopefully you can see this growth right here. It has a little bit of a green shoot coming there, a little sprout, and I'm happy. So we just put this in here, so I'll probably give it another week, maybe even 2 weeks before I attempt to cut this little sprout here and then try to propagate another plant. So far so good. And I am not putting the lid on anymore because I think it was trying to grow. It's definitely touching the sprout there. So I'm just going to come here and cut this lid so that it's freely there. And I just been adding a little bit of water, a little bit of spray, but since I have to bottom water my soil blocks, this guy is definitely wet right there. So, and I have a few things here. I started all of these guys here on the 7th of March. I don't have any germination on a lot of them. I think it's just a little bit early. But I do have some lace flower. All of my lace flower here are popping up. And I have 1 amidara so far there showing. And I think one of the Kiss Me Over the Garden plants, I think I see something happening there. Not quite yet, but I'm excited. I'm hopeful for those 2. And these guys right here, foxgloves, those seeds are older, and so far there's 1 tiny thing there happening. So just 1, and these were started on the 7th of March as well. Okay, so these guys right here are my lemongrass. I need to put a label here. I don't have that. Okay, so now that we have labels, I keep forgetting about those. These are my lemongrass, and I started these guys on the 21st of January. So right about 2 months. Today is March 20, so these have been growing all this time, 2 months, and they're looking amazing in my experience, in my opinion. I have 2 little cells of these guys. And these guys right here, they need a little bit of water. These are my rosemary. They're doing amazing as well. They were started on the 21st as well. These are my tomatoes. These are the tomatoes that I started early, if you remember. These are Dr. Witches, and they were started on the 14th of February. So right just a little bit over 2 months now. And they're doing amazing, you guys. Look at that. Let me see if I can show you some of the roots. Look at that. Look at the roots going there. They look amazing. Just so amazing. So I'll probably need to pot these guys up here maybe 1 more week or so. The roots don't look too bad just yet. But I remember I only wanted 2 plants, and I just had to I couldn't kill the rest. I couldn't then the rest. So I got 6 plants there. And these right here are my loofahs. They need to be potted up. I know I can see roots at the bottom of these things. They need to be potted up, and I am going to do that hopefully today or tomorrow. I don't know if it's going to make it into this video or not, but I definitely need to get that going. And these right here are just some extra of my chaltepin peppers. Look at that. I'll show you the rest of them here in a second, but they are doing amazing. The peppers are loving it here. Here are the rest of my chaltepin peppers. Guys, they are doing amazing, just so amazing. And when you have your seedlings indoors, when you are checking on them or giving them water, just gently move them around. Not too crazy, but you know, just gently. It helps them to get prepared, to get stronger for what's coming outside with the wind and everything. But these chaltepin peppers were started on the 10th of February. So a little bit over a month, but a month and 10 days. And look at that, beautiful. I started this in the little, I believe it was like a fruit tray, like a clear tray. And I moved them up here into this 2.5 inch. They're 2.5 on top and 3-inch tall containers. And I am loving them. I love how it has like its own tray, so if I needed to move just the peppers like this, everything has holes here. And I have been bottom watering. What I do is basically I just remove these guys right here, 1 or 2, and then I fill the tray with water, and that's easy for me. But they're doing amazing. Look at that, it's gorgeous. Here's my basil. Basil is doing well. It's not doing like it normally does. I don't know why, but I have different varieties here. I have this new variety, the purple one, and the African Nunum. I see nothing. Nothing going on with the African Nunum just yet. I don't know. But I have these Genovese and Mamolo here. They're doing amazing. I believe these are older seeds. I know these are older seeds, and it could be that. It could be that the seeds are just older. But I definitely need to move these guys right here. I feel like maybe they're getting too crowded, and some of them have 2 or 3 seeds in there, so definitely need to be moved up soon. And these guys right here are my arroz con pollo peppers. I have gotten a lot of questions about arroz con pollo. I believe it's a Cuban pepper. It's not spicy, but it's very tasty. It's more like a seasoning pepper, and they're tiny red peppers, and I love the flavor. I grew these 2 years ago. I didn't grow them last year, but I am going again this year, and I have 6 plants here, and you can tell that they're different from the spicy ones because they are kind of tiny, but they're growing. And I have some poblanos and jalapenos here, and they're doing well as well. All of these peppers were started on the 10th of February as well, and the basil was started on the 9th of March. So I have geraniums, I have scarlet sage salvia, and then I have coleus here. The coleus that I have right here are my mighty mosaic. I just gave these guys water. Don't wanna pick them up. There you go, this should be good. This is my mighty mosaic coleus that was started on the 3rd of February. Look at that, I don't know if you can see that gorgeousness happening there. Doing amazing, just amazing. I just gave them water, so they're completely wet. These right here are my scarlet sage salvia that I started on the 24th of February. Today is March 20th, so about a month or so. They need to be transferred to a bigger container. I know that I can see roots at the bottom of this thing. I took one the other day. They're definitely ready. And I got my gorgeous, gorgeous geraniums growing here. I think they're doing amazing. I was a little bit worried about the cotyledons. I think that's how you call them. They're not the, they're the first leaves that appear, but they're not the true leaves, if that makes sense. I can never say it. Cotyledons, I have no clue. I'll put it on the screen, the right word. But they were turning pink a little bit, and I was worried that, you know, like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Are they dying? But I think it's just something that happens with geraniums according to people that grow them, and actually they're already kind of burning off. And I mean, that's fine, that's completely fine. But my gosh, I have 3 sets of true leaves already in some of them. They're doing amazing. And I started this in the 3/4 soil blocks, and they were moved into the 2-inch here. And they're doing just great. Let me see if I can show you one. Look at that. I will see if you can see the roots. You can't quite see them from the video, but they are roots happening here and on the side. Just gorgeous. Look at that. So I'm very excited about those. I have some broccoli and cabbage here, and even some bok choy. They're not doing too great. I think it's just too hot in my room. I don't think these guys like it too hot in here. I have this broccoli that I started on the 24th of February. This right here is broccoli. I definitely need to move it up. I need to divide it or thin the plants there, but they're not looking too great. And these on the other side are the cabbage. Again, I think I need to move them up, and I might actually try to keep them outside here and there just to kind of push the cool weather. It's not too crazy cold outside these days, so it might be just the perfect temperatures for them, but they're struggling a little bit. And these guys right here, I got bok choy. I definitely need to move those into their own little container. And I got more bok choy over here. I have one happening there, so not bad. And the rest is my lettuce. All of this is lettuce, definitely struggling a little bit. I definitely need to move them up a little bit, and I'll probably do with all of these cool crop, with my greens and my brassicas, I'll definitely try to keep them outside a little bit here and there if I don't forget about them, hopefully not. But that's it. And these guys, the lettuce and everything else, were started on the 24th of February. If you guys remember, I grabbed some ginger from my local grocery store, and I put it in water. I broke it in a few pieces. I put them in water, soak it for a couple of days, and then I just put it on potting mix to try to get it to sprout. I did that on the 14th of February, so a little bit over a month, and look at all of my sprouts that I have. All of these from the pieces that I have. The ginger is definitely ready to be put in their own container. So what's going to happen is that I am just going to come here, and like this guy over here, I'm just going to grab a little piece of it with a little chunk of the ginger, the rhizome, and I'm going to put it in its own containers. And I'll probably do that in this size. These are the size that I am going to be using for those, because I don't want to move them before they're ready to be transplanted outside. So I have tons of it, and what I have been doing from what I read online is that the rhizomes, when you're trying to get them to sprout, is that they like to get dry, completely dry, before they get more water. So that's what I have been doing. Sometimes I just check and they're a little bit dry, and I wait a couple more days before I give them any water. Look at that. They're just so amazing. I mean, they're just doing great. I think that I have plenty of plants here to grow outside. And over here are all my tomatoes. I just started these tomatoes a couple of days ago on the 16th of March. Today is the 20th. So nothing going on. I see something there popping through, but not quite yet. It's a little bit definitely too early. So I just keep on watering this. I try to just spray the top because right now I don't need the whole thing to be wet. Just the top so that the seeds get that moisture. And that's it for this tray. So look at these coleus, you guys. Like, I'm going to show you how easy it is to move these guys. Like, look at that. These are the black dragon coleus that I started on the 3rd of February. Look at that. See the roots happening? They're doing just amazing. I love coleus, and I am hoping that I can actually get them outside right this time. And over here I got chocolate mint. I'll show you the difference between the chocolate mint and the black dragon. This chocolate mint has like the green lining around. See that? That's just so awesome. They look amazing. And they're doing great. They're absolutely doing just terrific. These right here are the elephant ear corms that we put in these containers on the 22nd of February. So what, about a month now? Let me see if I can show you how they're doing. This guy, a lot of people ask me if I was supposed to leave the corms right at the soil level, and the answer is no. But this guy, this corm that I got here, it was just a little bit tall, and I didn't have a container taller to keep at least 2 inches of soil on top. Normally that's what you will want to do, but in this case it's fine. And as you can see, I have like one sprout here coming from the corm. This is the biggest one. I have one here on the side, and I have one right here on the other side. And I do see a couple of those little flies. I have been giving it water here and there, but not too much. And I think it's doing amazing, you guys. I'm very hopeful for these guys. The other one has no signs just yet, but I was digging. I shouldn't be doing this, but I was digging around the other day, and you can feel the little growth that is happening there. So these are the elephant ear corms that I have here that I started on the 22nd of February, about a month ago. They just take a little bit of time to get going, but once they start, it's just no stopping them. So that is it for this video, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed the update. I definitely need to get my ginger and my loofahs moved up into a bigger container, so I am going to do that. I don't think that it's going to make it in this video, but definitely the next. And if you have any questions, let me know. But like I said, I have a lot of content where I am showing you how I started every single seed that I have here growing. So if you wanna check those videos, I will leave a link to the playlist, which is the 2022 seed starting, everything that is growing indoors, everything that I am starting from seed. I hope that you enjoy it, and if you haven't subscribed, maybe today is the day. Thank you for watching, and until the next video.